Hollywood, I tell people, is like watching someone you love get by someone you hate.
In The Beekeeper, one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeeper. I was in the theater watching Silent Night, which was an enjoyable movie if you have not seen. Definitely a different twist on it. There's literally no dialogue in it. Reminds me of something I did a little while ago. Plus his name's Brian and my name's Brian, so it's pretty cool. But enough of that. The Beekeeper. Okay, so January 12th, we got this movie, Jason Statham. It looks like we're going back to the 80s and 90s action a little bit. Vengeance story of a man's love for somebody, whether that's his family, friend, and when you with the wrong person, you might get lit up. And in this case, they get lit up. Okay, so Jason Statham's back as a badass as always, sporting the beard, rugged look, driving a truck. Kind of reminds me of a country boy. So it looks like it's directed by David Ayer. Let's see what he's done. David Ayer. Ooh, End of Watch. So it looks like he was a part of End of Watch, Sabotage, Suicide Squad, Harsh Times. But it looks like he's been around for a long time. Oh, I seen an interview with him. This is going to be good. I seen an interview with him on Real Ones. This dude is a badass.
What's your biggest heartbreak in the film industry? What's the thing that's hurt the most? All right. So Hollywood, I tell people, is like watching someone you love get by someone you hate. So I mean, there's a couple of them. I mean, the big one is like Suicide Squad. That shit broke me. That handed me my ass.
How so?
Come right off Fury, right? Had the town in my hand. Could have done anything, and I did do anything. And go on this journey with it, and the same thing, like authentic, truthful. Let's do all the rehearsal. Let's really get in each other's souls. Let's create this amazing collaborative thing, yeah, right? Man. And then I dropped my director cut. Your 10-week assembly. It's a fucking assembly at 10 weeks for a movie that big. Come on, And Deadpool opened, right, and then they never tested Batman versus Superman. So they put the movie out there and they never did a test. And they were expecting a different result, and then they got hammered by all the critics. And then it's like, okay, we're going to turn David Ayer's dark, soulful movie into a fucking comedy now. I became the bad guy narratively. Oh, he's a tough director, he's hard to work with, or this or that, right?
Because as they're fucking you were like, stop.
Yeah, and but the producers themselves are like producer, studio people, executives. I'm not calling anybody out because we're all like, at the end of the day, like, it's business, right? Yeah. I get it. But the narrative that like, oh, I'm hard to work with, and I'm the problem, only puts more value and equity in their career, and that's kind of like what my path has been. Like, I wrote the first Fast and Furious, man. When I got that script, that shit was set in New York. It was all Italian kids, yeah, right? And I went to Scott Stuber, who was running Universal at the time, who hired me. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to take it unless I can set it in LA and make it look like the people I know in LA, right? So then I started like writing in people of color and writing in the street stuff and writing in the culture, and no one knew shit about street racing at the time. And I went to like a shop in the Valley, met with like the first guys that were doing the hacking of the fuel curves for the injectors and stuff like that. And they just figured it out, and they're showing it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put that in the movie,
Okay.
Like,
it's what you do, man.
And biggest franchise in Hollywood, I don't have any of it. I don't have fucking,
oh, really?
I got nothing to show for it. Nothing. Because of the way the business works, yeah, right? And the narrative is, I didn't do shit, right? So it's like people hijack narratives, control narratives, create narratives to empower themselves, right? And because I was always an outsider, and because like I don't go to the fucking parties, right? I don't go to the meals. I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
the people that did were able to control and manage narratives because they're socializing that part of the problem. I was never socializing that part of the problem. So I was always like the dark creative dude, beware, you know.
So I'm excited to see this, actually. It looks like we're going back to the old school rugged dudes that come along and smash you, okay? When you need to. I'm not saying you always gotta smash people, because we don't want to smash. I'm more of a lover than a fighter. But sometimes you have to fight. And this one looks really good. I'm excited to see this. It's in theaters January 12th. I'm definitely going to check it out because it looks good. I am inspiring you to go out there. If you're a fan of action movies, definitely check out David Ayer. This dude definitely grew up rough. Like, he grew up rough and tough, and I think this movie will have that edge. I really love this. I think we're going back. To good action movies again, and I think this one's going to be a good one. So make sure you guys check it out. Like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. If you want to see me in action, click right here. If you want to see more like this, click right here, subscribe. And if you just want to watch some TV or film, click right here.
I'm counting to 3. 1, 2,